one. I'm not interested about getting the right answer or how to key in calculator, but what I want to get at is that you already know how to calculate binomial using your probability knowledge. Okay, so in probability, you have already learned that if you have every one tail, right? Getting a tail is 0.7. Then of course getting a head is 0.3. All right. So a bias coil is being tossed 5 times. You know that if you want exactly 3 tails for the first one, you have T, 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 and 2 tails, right? Right. So essentially what you're going to do is actually you're going to do 0.7 cube times 0.3 square. Not really an issue. Not really learn really. But what is usually often the issue is the sequence of events, which sometimes you'll forget, which is this will be multiplied by 5 factorial over 3 factorial, 2 factorial. Talk about that. Now, then after that, in probability, you already learned, if you want less than 2 tails, so less than 2 tails, you will get no tail plus 1 tail, right? No tail is also what you will write down is actually you want 5 heads, which is 0.3 or 5. 1 tail will just be 1 tail is what? 0.7 times 0.3 to the power 4. Then after that, what you get is 1 tail is actually just T H H H H multiplied by 4 factorial over 5 factorial over 4 factorial. Okay, then at least 2 tails are obtained. At least 2. Okay, you will just take 2 tail plus 3 tail. You're not gonna do this, right? You're not gonna take 2 all the way 5. What is easy? Also learn in probability that this is 1 minus no tail plus 1 tail, which is what you learn from. It's actually answer from 2 lah. Okay, is that okay? Now, a very common trick. So mathematicians always like to create a shortcut, okay, to do things. So you know that usually you want something, you do not want some other thing, right? And then you try and deduce a pattern out from what you have already learned. So I want you to get at this this one here. This over here is 5 choose 3. Okay, this formula is 5 choose 3. And then this over here is actually 5 choose 1. For the argument's sake, this is 5 choose 1. Now what you do is, if you and then essentially this one is you can put a 0.4, 0.7, 0.7 to the power 0, and then you can put like 5 factorial over 5 factorial. Okay, 5 factorial over 5 factorial. So this case here, this is 5 choose 0 lah. Okay, so that's why we employ binomial distribution. So I want you to understand that this is this choose here is an arrangement of event. And this is responsible for how we arrange it. And this formula here is in MF26. So if you haven't known, it's in my Scribble MF26. It's already online. So you just go and have a look at the Scribble MF26. This part here. Okay? This one. You know in secondary school you learn this, right? NC1 is N. This one here. Orange series expansion there. This NCR formula is here. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through what is what because mentioned it quite a few times. So essentially, if we want to do this, right, you should compare and contrast. For binomial distribution, you want this and not that. So we can just define the let T be the number of tails out of 5 tosses. Okay, so this is a binomial. And the way we write binomial distribution is T tilde binomial 5, and every one success tail is 0.7. 0.7. So when we do a binomial, what we'll get at is, if you look at this is P T equals to 3. PT equals to 3. Part 1. Part 2 will be PT less than 2. So it's actually PT at most 1. Calculator will only put at most 1. So you compare the working here you learn in probability and what we'll do in binomial is much faster. For part 3, at least 2 tail will mean that T is at least 2, which is 1 minus PT. Okay, so you key in calculator, you get, but I'm not interested in keying calculator yet. So it's discrete random variable, it's the same thing. Then T is a probability density function, so equal sign. So for example, for this is T equals to 3, right? Bring out a calculator, we just key in together. If some of you have not learned it, then I'll just show you. Distribution. This one here. Just second, quit a bit. Go to the main page here. Okay, this is distribution here. This one. So second and distribution. Then you just scroll up or you scroll down. Scroll up is faster because it's at the bottom of the list. Sorry, yeah, type in A is faster, of course. That will be the fastest. Then press enter. Then trial, the number of trial is 5. 5 tosses, and every one success rate, P is the tail. So 0.7. Then you have got 3 here. Press enter. 0.3087. 0. Then this one here is CDF. CDF will be distribution. CDF. And then trial is 5. Is 0.7. And that will be 1. 0.03078. Yeah, later we get to key in some calculator.